The house of Judah, a family in crisis. Genesis chapter 38 plunges us into the turbulent world of Judah, son of Jacob. This chapter is a tale of sorrow, struggle, and survival. We meet him in the aftermath of a family tragedy. The weight of his brother's loss is palpable. His brother Joseph has been sold into slavery. The family is fractured, torn apart by betrayal and grief. Grief hangs heavy in the air, casting a shadow over their once united household. Judah, now detached from his father and brothers, seeks solace in the land of Canaan. He is a man adrift, searching for a new beginning. He marries a Canaanite woman, and they have 3 sons, Onan, and Shelah. This new family brings a glimmer of hope. Judah, seeking to secure his lineage, arranges for his firstborn to marry a woman named Tamar. But tragedy strikes again, shattering their fragile peace. Deemed wicked in the eyes of the Lord, dies. The loss is a heavy blow to Judah and his family. Tamar is left widowed and childless, a precarious position in ancient Israelite society. Her future now hangs in the balance. The weight of tradition and the expectation of lineage now fall upon Onan, Judah's second son. The family's struggle for survival and continuity continues. The ancient Israelites adhered to a practice known as levirate marriage, a tradition deeply embedded in their cultural and religious fabric. This custom, rooted in the need to preserve a deceased brother's lineage and ensure the survival of his family name, dictated that if a man died childless, his brother was obligated to marry the widow, thus taking on the responsibility of continuing the family line. The firstborn son from this union would then be considered the heir of the deceased brother, ensuring the continuation of his name and inheritance, a crucial aspect of their societal structure. Onan, bound by this law, is commanded to marry Tamar, his brother's widow, and fulfill this sacred duty. He is to provide an heir for his deceased brother, thereby securing the family's legacy and upholding the tradition. However, Onan, driven by selfishness and personal desires, refuses to fulfill his duty, defying the expectations placed upon him. He engages in the marriage but takes deliberate measures to prevent Tamar from conceiving, thus thwarting the continuation of his brother's lineage. This act, considered an abomination by the Lord, results in Onan's untimely death, a divine punishment for his disobedience and selfishness. The family is once more shrouded in grief and shadowed by the consequences of their actions, facing the repercussions of Onan's refusal to uphold his duty. Tamar, twice widowed, remains childless, her hopes for a family and future dashed by the actions of those around her. She is caught in a web of societal expectations and familial obligations, struggling to navigate her place in a world that demands so much from her, yet offers so little in return. Tamar, now twice a widow, finds herself in a vulnerable position. With no children, she has no social standing or security. Judah, her father-in-law, promises her that his youngest son, Shelah, will marry her when he comes of age. But as time passes, Judah fails to honor his promise. He fears that Shelah too might die as his brothers did. Tamar, however, is not a woman to be disregarded. Recognizing Judah's broken promise and her own precarious situation, she devises a daring plan. Disguising herself as a veiled prostitute, she positions herself on the road Judah is known to travel. Judah, unaware of her true identity, approaches her. Tamar, veiled and unrecognizable, bargains with Judah. She requests a pledge for her services, his signet, cord, and staff. These items, symbols of Judah's authority and identity, become crucial to the unfolding drama. Judah, consumed by his own desires, readily agrees to her terms. He gives her the items as a guarantee of payment. Tamar, having secured the pledge, conceives twins through Judah. Time passes, and news reaches Judah that Tamar is pregnant. Outraged and blinded by his own hypocrisy, he condemns her for harlotry. He orders her to be brought forth and burned. Tamar, facing her accuser, holds her ground. She presents the signet, cord, and staff. These items, undeniable proof of Judah's involvement, silence his accusations. Section 5, a moment of reckoning. Judah confronts his sin. The sight of his own possessions forces Judah to confront his actions. He recognizes the signet, cord, and staff. He realizes that he is both the architect of this situation and the one at fault. In a remarkable display of humility, Judah acknowledges his sin. "She is more righteous than I," he declares, recognizing Tamar's desperate circumstances and his own failure to fulfill his promise. Judah, once quick to condemn, now accepts responsibility for his actions. This pivotal moment reveals a transformation in Judah's character. He acknowledges his hypocrisy and embraces justice, even at his own expense. Section 6. The blessing of Perez, a twist in the lineage. Tamar gives birth to twin boys, Perez and Zerah. Their birth, shrouded in scandal and intrigue, marks a significant turn in the narrative. The sons of Judah, meant to inherit his lineage through his own sons, are now born from an unexpected union. Perez, in a surprising twist of fate, becomes a pivotal figure in the lineage of Jesus. His name, meaning breaking forth, foreshadows the unexpected ways in which God's plans unfold. The scandal that threatened to taint Judah's family line instead becomes the catalyst for a greater purpose. God, in his infinite wisdom, uses even the most flawed of human actions to accomplish his divine will. Section 7. God's unfolding plan from scandal to redemption. Genesis 38, though filled with scandal and deception, ultimately points to God's unwavering plan for redemption. The story highlights how God works through imperfect people and seemingly impossible situations. Judah's sin, though grievous, does not derail God's purpose. Instead, it becomes part of a larger tapestry, woven together by divine providence. Tamar's courage and determination, often overlooked, play a crucial role in this unfolding plan. She acts decisively to secure her future and unknowingly becomes instrumental in the lineage of King David and Jesus. The story challenges us to look beyond the surface and recognize the hidden hand of God at work, even in the most unexpected of places. Section 8. Tamar's legacy, courage, and the pursuit of justice. Tamar's story is one of remarkable courage and unwavering determination. In a society that often marginalized women, she dared to challenge social norms and demand justice. Her actions, though unconventional, were driven by a deep sense of right and wrong. She refused to be a passive victim. Tamar's legacy extends far beyond the pages of Genesis. She stands as a testament to the power of courage and the importance of seeking justice, even in the face of adversity. Her story serves as an inspiration for all who strive to live with integrity and fight for what is right, regardless of the obstacles they may face. Section 9. The importance of lineage from Tamar to King David and Jesus. This section delves into the profound significance of family lines and heritage in the biblical narrative. Genesis 38 underscores the significance of lineage in ancient Israelite culture. It highlights how family connections were crucial for maintaining social order and continuity. It was through family lines that inheritance, land rights, and social standing were passed down. These connections ensured that properties and titles remained within the family, preserving their legacy. Tamar, acutely aware of this, risked everything to secure her place within Judah's family. Her actions, though controversial, were driven by a deep understanding of her cultural and familial obligations. The birth of Perez, her son through Judah, becomes central to the lineage leading to King David. This pivotal moment ensured the continuation of a line that would shape the future of Israel. Generations later, this same lineage would produce Jesus, the Messiah. The connection from Perez to David and ultimately to Jesus underscores the divine orchestration of history. Tamar's story, often viewed as a scandalous side note, is intricately woven into the grand narrative of salvation history. Her courage and determination played a crucial role in the unfolding of God's plan. It reminds us that God's plans are not confined to human expectations. His ways are higher, and he often works through unexpected means and people. He uses the unlikely and the unexpected to accomplish his purposes. Through Tamar's story, we see a powerful example of how God can bring about his will in the most surprising ways. Section 10. Beyond Judgment, Lessons in Mercy and Understanding. Genesis 38 challenges us to look beyond judgment and embrace mercy and understanding. Judah, initially quick to condemn Tamar, ultimately recognizes his own failings. He learns a profound lesson about humility and forgiveness. The story encourages us to examine our own hearts and confront our own prejudices. It reminds us that we are all flawed individuals in need of grace. By extending the same compassion and understanding that Judah eventually shows Tamar, we create a more just and merciful world. Genesis 38 reminds us that even in the midst of human weakness and failure, God's grace can prevail. Section 11, The Enduring Power of Genesis 38, a story for all time. The story of Judah and Tamar, though ancient, continues to resonate with readers today. It delves into timeless themes of family, justice, redemption, and the surprising ways in which God works in our lives. The characters, flawed and complex, remind us of our own humanity. Their struggles mirror our own. Genesis 38 invites us to wrestle with difficult questions about morality, societal expectations, and the nature of God's plan. It is a story that stays with us long after we finish reading. It sparks conversation, challenges assumptions, and ultimately points us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the God who created us.